Hi, this is Andres, and today I'm going to show you how I usually deal with creating standardized documents with Microsoft technologies. In this case, we're going to use a Microsoft Word template, and we're going to fill out that Word with a Power Apps. Then in turn, we're going to transform that filled Word document into a PDF that we can then send out to a client or to another stakeholder. Now, the use case I'm going to show you is the creation of an invoice. However, we can do whatever we want with this technology. We can create customized standardized reports for our customers, or I don't know, something for compliance, certificates, training certificates, whatever you want, we can create with Microsoft Power Platform. This is the beauty of this low-code ecosystem. Now, this is the process that we're going to follow. We are going to configure a Word document template. Then we're going to use a tailored application to input some information that's going to fill in that Word document. And then an automated process made, of course, with Power Automate is going to generate that Word document, and from that turn it into a PDF, which will be stored in a known location in SharePoint Online. And then, well, this is not developed, an optional step, we can send this out automatically using the Outlook connector. Because we are using Microsoft technologies, Power Platform, we can integrate with any other system, Sage, SAP, any other information system, we can integrate with the Power Platform, meaning that from this tailored Power Apps application, we can get all these data from different data sources into a single user interface so that our users can get that information without logging in into different applications. Why is this important? Because then from a single place, our users can generate all those documents or whatever is the process that we need to fill in, and we're going to save up time because they won't need to connect to different systems, which is a tedious job to do. And of course, we're going to limit human error because if we are copying data from here to there, we have the chance to commit a mistake. Now let's take a look at the application first. Actually, this is the application I myself use for invoice generation. My own business, because I believe that you have to eat what you cook, and this is a perfect example of a production ready application that we can use to automate certain parts of our business. So let's create a new invoice here, and what we're going to do is basically fill out the typical client, bill to, the due date, for instance today, invoice date today as well, and we will pick the Word template UK one because we are invoicing to a UK customer, for example. So let's save, and then we're going to add more invoice details. For example, in this case, we've done some consulting job, and then I don't know, 1,000, 15%, and that. Well, let's put the 21%, typical in Spanish market. Yeah, this is what it is. And now, for example, some developer activities, man activities, 4,500, 5%, and some bat here. All right, now so we've got the invoice ready, and here you see automatically the application has auto-calculated the totals for the VAT, the total charges, and invoice. This is the operation minus the VAT. And now we're going to generate the PDF with this custom button that I've created also as a customization here. So now we hit the button, and in this model, we will be prompted to, okay, let's generate this PDF. Now the PDF is here, and we can click directly this link to access the invoice in SharePoint directly. And you see here we've filled out the invoice details with the different dates, the totals, and the two different items that we are invoicing here, and of course, client's information in this case. Now let's take a look at the Word template itself. Here, we're using a very basic structure. Here we have our made up logo, some information, physical information, and then here in the body of the document, we've got the different details with the placeholders that we're going to use to fill in the information from the Power Apps application. So how can we configure these placeholders over here? You see here, if we click, we have invoice number, invoice date, etc. First, what we have to do is activate this developer button in the ribbon. And for that, we go to File, Options, and then in the ribbon, where are you? Here. Just activate this developer tab. And now in the tab, what we can do is use these controls over here to create these placeholders. Now from this, the ones that I recommend you use are the plain text. Then of course you'll need to use repeatable control for this part, because we can have multiple fee details. In the demo we had 2, but we could have 50. And of course, well, we can put images. Let's say the rich text and so on. I don't like to use it because sometimes it messes up, but that's just my experience. So now first of all, let's create quickly here the greeting for our customer. So what we would do is create here add a placeholder here, and then this part over here, greeting to customer. This is for us to read as a human the Word template, and where we configured the actual field that we will be able to see from Power Automate when we generate the Word template is using this properties button. And here what we do is in title and tag we put here, for example, customer greeting like this, and this is what we are going to see from Power Automate customer greeting when we configure the step to fill this template with the Power Apps information. Now to configure this repeating section over here, you can see that here we have different individual placeholders here, but then we have this control that groups all the row to add multiple occurrences of this information. So for that, for example, let's create a table, 2 columns, for example. And here what we have to do is again developer tab and put a couple of placeholders in here. Okay, the text controls. And then what we do is here we group them with this repeating section. And now you see here very little. We have this one is for the repeating control, and this one is for this field over here. So for example, let's call it call 1, and this will be call 2. Here we configure the properties call 1, and this is what it says here, and then this would be the properties repeating control. Okay, for example here, and this is what we have. So repeating control for the whole row, and then individual column, call 1, call 2, whatever we want. Now, we have to talk about some limitations of this technology. We can create any document that we want, but we have to be careful when we want to deal with multiple images. Here, I want to share with you a use case that happened with a customer where there was an inspection control application. So operator with a mobile device, filling in some information from a Power App, and then taking some pictures. And what we did is create this Word template that was sent to the customer with the information plus all the findings. So let's say we found this problem over here with this now it's pipe, and here's a picture, so problem with pipe picture, or problem with whatever picture, and that is not feasible to do with these Word templates.